improved communication across systems. And so I guess we're still in the middle of that process though. I still see a shit ton of room for mechanical growth. And so I hope that all of y'all will, be a part of sort of weaving. My goal is to sort of provide y'all the information and the support y'all need to grow into like better engineers than me and better engineers than everyone. And so my hope is to come back in 10 years to this team and see that, we're completely unrecognizable in a good way.
Yes,
I just kind of rambled on a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Can y'all tell that I like this solar thing?
Not really. Cool. Wait, I just want to see real quick if I know everyone's name. Steven, Luis, Moises, Josh, Evan, Philip, Kadir, Sammy, Gerard, Katie, Kayla, Arshit, Daniel, Noah, Caitlin, Lean, and nice. Okay.
Damn.
So,
This boy got it.
let's talk about manufacturing. My name's Andrew, if you didn't know already, and I'm like kind of in charge of manufacturing-ish. But yeah, so we finished designing the car, and right now we're trying to make all the parts for it. And so if you look at this picture right here, 95% of the components in here we're making ourselves in the machine shop downstairs. So yeah, we have a lot to do. And this is everything that we've made so far in the last semester. It's not that much. We weren't super productive last semester, so we really got to pick it up this semester. But yeah, that's like 30% of the stuff, maybe less. This is in the drawer in the garage, I believe. So yeah.
I noticed all the other drawers were empty, by the way. You know what happened to the stuff in there?
We moved on to the new cabinet.
Okay, so that's
So,
where the...
Yeah. Oh yeah. So okay. So current members, you guys know that we had like that orange drawer with the stuff in it. So like 2 weeks ago, we got a new cabinet. It's like on the on opposite wall, like where that drawer is. I put two big pieces of tape on it that say solar on it, so you should be able to tell. But it's like this tall. It's orange. The door's open like this.
Oh, so it's not in the engine room.
Huh?
It's not in
It's not in the engine room. We moved it out of the engine room.
Do you know where the carbide bits are for the lathe?
Yeah, then I'm pretty sure they're in the new cabinet. So yeah, I'll talk about this later, but like all our parts should be stored either in this drawer or in that new cabinet, nowhere else. Yeah, does anyone have any questions about this? Real quick?
Those pieces fully done? Or still
Most of these are fully done. This shock extender, this one, if you see this hole, it's like too close to the edge, so we gotta redo this one. I don't know what this is.
Why are there 5 shops extended?
I think this is just extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of them is from, that one's from last year.
Oh, it is? Okay. Yeah, clutches are done, belt bearings are done, this is done. Wishbones, some of them are the wrong dimension, and we haven't drilled and tapped holes in them yet. Tie rods and push rods are done, I believe. Steering people, any confirmation? No? Okay, we'll ask Danny.
Luis.
Huh? What?
Tie rods, one of them still has to be
Are the tie rods done?
One of them's fucked because the drilling is uneven. One of the holes is off,
Okay.
and then I think 2 more need to be drilled.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then like, you can tell by the color difference. All the shiny stuff, that's aluminum, and this is like darker color, it's steel. Steel is, it's stronger than aluminum, but it's also a lot harder to machine because it's tougher. Most of our parts are made of aluminum, except for our axle and our tabs and our cone spacers. So yeah, this is gonna be what we use to make cone spacers. What was your question?
Did you guys have like a priority, or did you just machine whatever y'all were done designing at the time, or were you
Are
like?
you talking about last semester?
Yeah. Or were you like?
I don't really think we had like a
expected?
clear like list. We kind of just like, it was like whatever we had stock for and whatever like was sort of easy because most people didn't have experience. So we were just,
My
like, starting
intention
off
was
with
to
it.
sort of do like a normal, like a bell curve in terms of difficulty. So do easy stuff first, in order to get us trained up, and then work up until the most difficult parts, and do it at like the middle, and then work down doing like easy ones. That's why a lot of the steering stuff is not done.
But what ended up happening was that, like, whatever stock got there first is basically what we started doing.
Yeah, but yeah, we gotta get a lot more stuff done this semester. Real quick, who in here is machine shop trained? Well, who here is not trained but is an MB302?
I don't. So
I just wanna get a quick check.
ME32, he said you will get trained in the machine shop down there, or they approve it.
Yeah, did they tell you guys about that?
They're just supposed to, they're going to train us, but they didn't tell us when.
Okay, I think LHR is gonna do like our own. We're gonna coordinate with the shop and have our own like training thing.
I think Andrea said something about like NEs are not to sign up for that because it's supposed to be for only non-NEs. I need to ask what she meant by
Okay,
that.
yeah, but
I think there's sign-ups. The thing is, I don't want to wait for that meeting.
yeah. So like basically, I want you to get trained as quick as possible.
Does this machine shop certification also transfer with the Texas Invention
No.
Works? So that's separate.
That's separate. Yeah. I think Caitlin signed before, and she said it's complicated.
Yeah.
But you can ask her about it.
Or what?
Eventually?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, because there's an online portion, and then you have to do an in-person portion. So get
Yeah.
those online portions as soon as you can, so you can sign up for the in-person ones.
Yeah. But anyways, like, whoa. Yeah, I just want y'all to get trained as quick as possible. So, like, whatever one is fastest, just do that. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Cool. Yeah. I won't get like too much into like technicals yet, because I know y'all we've thrown a lot at you today, so I will go over everything into it. But cool. So, there's a big difference between being able to machine well, or being able to machine and being able to machine well and efficiently. And it's very important to know the difference, because if you just know how to machine, you might spend 5 hours making a part that doesn't even look that good. You know, that might still have some imperfections on it. And you know, if you like drill a hole that's like a few millimeters off, you know, like what happened with shock extender, then you know you can't use it. So, and then if you know how to machine well, you know, you can probably make that same part in like an hour or maybe 30 minutes, and it'll be a lot nicer. And one of the biggest differences that sets these two apart is you pay attention to detail. So it's not hard to learn how to use the machines, like how to use a mill, how to use a lathe. It's not that hard to learn how to use it. The hard part is learning all the nuance, because machining is all about detail. There's a lot of like small techniques that like make a big difference. So it's like knowing like what spindle speed to use, what tools, you know, if you have like a block of this size, what's the best tool to use for that, right? And it's like if you want to take off this certain amount of stock, what's the best way to do it? Should you cut it? Should you mill it off? You know, and a lot of it is like just numbers that you kind of like learn as you do it. A lot of machine is just practice. It's like it's kind of hard to like learn from watching a video, like where in design it's easy to do that. A lot of machining is you just gotta spend the time in the shop like using the machine. So yeah, so that's the first big thing, like paying attention to detail. And then the second thing is you gotta be prepared. So before you step into the shop, you have to know like what you're gonna do, like what stock you're gonna use, what part you're making, what the dimensions are, and if you have the right tools and all that. Because if you just step into the shop, like you just show up and you're like, okay, I want to go machine today. You go to the shop, and then I show up and it's like, okay, now let me figure out what to do. It's gonna take you like, you're gonna spend most of your time just figuring out like what to do. And machining it just takes a lot of time, especially when you're first starting out. A lot of time is spent on just like setting up and cleaning up. Like, I would say like for people starting out, like each time you go, you want to spend at least like 2.5 hours. Because yeah, just like, you know, setting up, getting the right tool, like, you know, you gotta measure your block and all that before you actually machine it. So make sure that you know, like you have a plan of action of what you're making and all that before you go to the shop. And then this is especially important for people who are doing the CNC, because you have to have CAM. Do you guys know what CAM is? Yeah? Anyone doesn't know what CAM is? CAM? So basically, like, if you, a CNC machine, if anyone doesn't know, is like a mill that runs automatically, right? So it can like, you give it a program to cut a certain part a certain way, and it'll run the program. And so CAM is like when you write the program of like telling the machine like how to cut it. It's similar to CAD, but you're just like telling the tool, like you're determining the tool length, tool paths, different passes and stuff like that. And learning CAM is just like learning CAD. You gotta just like practice it. We use Fusion 360 for that, so you guys should all download that if you haven't already. And so yeah, but you just gotta be really prepared.
The thing about CNCing is that the great thing and the awful thing about CNCing is that it does exactly what you tell it to do, but it also does exactly what you tell it to do, right?
Yeah, so if you don't tell it to do it exactly right, you might mess things up. Yeah. And so, yeah, we don't want to break any machines. So prep is important. The third thing is we have to accept that we don't know anything at first, and like, you know, because we don't have any experience right now, right? You guys don't have any experience right now, and that's okay. But we gotta accept that and be willing to learn, despite, you know, knowing nothing. Like, you know, me compared to a lot of the more experienced people in the shop, like I know nothing compared to them, right? Compared to like Jamie or like Sam or Jonathan, like they're so much more experienced than me. And like I've only been really like seriously doing machine shop stuff for like a couple months. And so, you know, I'm like asking dumb questions all the time. I'm like, like the other day I asked Jamie, like, how do you do like a counterboard? And then he was like, you don't know how to do a counterboard? I'm like, can you explain to me? He's like, okay. And so like, you know, it's really important to like not be afraid to just ask questions. There's no dumb questions. I don't judge you based off of what questions you ask. I judge you based off of your drive to learn. And so, like, you know, and like everyone's been there, right? Like you're gonna see a lot of experienced people in the shop. You're gonna be like, damn, like they're so much better than me. Like, you know, whatever. But it's important to like make your mistakes early, to learn early, because, you know, like especially with machining, like you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. The first time you get on the machine, you know, you're trying to like remember all the steps of what to do, and then you're gonna reach a step, and then you're gonna be like, wait, I'm not sure what to do. In that situation, like, please ask someone for help, because if you just like try something that you don't know if it's gonna work, and then you break your machine, like, you know, that's gonna cost us a lot of money, and it's gonna set us back. And so, yeah, like when I say be an idiot, like, just put your ego aside and just embrace being a learner. Yeah, so this is like kind of all the stuff that we gotta make. We are kind of behind, but you know, we just gotta pick it up. This is a spreadsheet that I have of like that I made. I'll send it in Dynamics probably, but I want everyone to like keep track of like all their stuff on here. Yeah. So here's everything that we haven't made yet. I'm just gonna like go on each for like 5 seconds and you can look at it. But it'll be like the part and then this it's highlighted in yellow in like the general assembly. So yeah, this is for steering, it's pretty simple. We're gonna see this. Oh, pretty small. These we might water jet.
No, I think we're gonna send them.
Yeah.
Who?
You know
Oh,
the
send
website
cut?
send?
No.
It's like you basically provide them like the piece you want. They also do
Oh,
waterjet,
but we're outsourcing.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think it might be part of the. We might do it with. Well, actually, we might VR3 it. We might do it with.
Yeah, I talked to Nathan yesterday. He
the
said VR3 first. If not, that's my cover waterjet. So we don't have to worry too much about this yet. But we just have a lot of these, and they're how we mount everything to the frame. So that's why they're steel because they're very strong. And I think we're gonna be welding those to the frame ourselves. So yeah. This is probably one of the most complex things that we make ourselves.
Oh my God, Charlie.
You made one?
I made that.
Nice. Yeah, so we're like, I've been doing the cam for this for a while. I want to get it machined soon, but I'll probably be in charge of this.
The thing about the hubs is, we have to do them all in one go, and the reason for that is that,
It's hard to clamp it.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a giant chuck that you gotta use to clamp it in CNC, and it's really hard to move. And the setup is what takes a long time. I think Jacob spent like 20 hours doing 3 hubs last year, all in one day. But it's fun. You get to learn stuff.
That's actually the wrong axle. I don't know why it says.
Really?
It says our foot the wrong one. It said.
What's wrong with it?
One side is flat. It was intersecting with the shot, so we made one side flat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he told me it was like a little long too, so we might have to shorten it. Something like that.
Now also for some, the pin, like the pin for the cotter pin is like not through the threaded section, which is like.
Yeah, we'll see. Feedstock is
We don't have the whole steer column top.
it's very long. It's like 14 inches. Actually, yeah, I don't think we do. But
We check the stock where we got.
this is also very big. We need stock like that. These are done, right?
To be honest though, I feel like the rack plate and that stuff, it might be easier to just water jet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But is it
It's also
steel?
very easy to cut.
I mean.
Is it on steel?
That's, that, I don't,
No, it's
how big is that
aluminum.
one? Like, will it fit in CNC? How many?
It is 20 inches.
I don't think so.
So yeah, we'll see. But that's really okay. So that's all the stuff that we haven't started. Partially done stuff. Code spacers. This is probably one of the things that we're gonna spend the most time on because we have a lot of these. We have like 56, at least 56. And
We only have
cone
one.
spacers basically like they're highlighted in red on there, but they're just like they're spacers, so they prevent stuff from like having play. And like they're all each cone spacer is designed differently. But
How'd you highlight it? Or did you just draw it? Marker?
build you can highlight stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, these are screenshots from build.
And all these
It's
cone
nice and solid.
spacers.
Yeah,
all the
and it
cone
loads
spacers-
like instantly in your browser, which is really nice.
Yeah, but all the cone spacers are like different, like extrusions. They have different angles. They have like
Yeah,
the base and different.
Yeah, so like there's like a special like lathe setup that you gotta use to make these, but Robert from Electric taught us how to do these back in the spring. I made a video about it. I like recorded him doing it, and so I will post that video.
And if you have any
Fine.
questions, you can ask me or Danny or Andrew.
And so yeah, I want to make like a couple videos, like just tutorials of like showing people how to do stuff because I found it really useful. So yeah, but this is gonna be a big thing that we do. Shaggy Center, we just need one more. That's also on the lathe. These, I think we're done, but we said we need like one more.
Yeah, I think so. Cause one
Yeah,
was
this should
fucked.
be pretty quick. So this is our frame jig. So, you know, we're like welding the frame together, right? And it's like we need a jig to like hold the tubes in place in a stable position while we weld them. So we have this thing, this frame jig, and so like these tubes, they attach to the frame at the hard points of the frame, and so we need to like make these tubes and make these plates, and then we're gonna like secure them to this welding table. The tubes we have, we just gotta cut them, all of them properly, and these plates, we just gotta machine them. Jamie said we can technically manual mill them, but I wanna try CNC them as well. But yeah. Cool. So that's all, like the stuff we gotta make. Moving on to like some more informational stuff. Yeah, I want to drill it into your heads. Label every single thing that you make. So every single piece of stock, every single part that you finish making, but especially the stock, because people can't tell like whose it is. Like if you know it's ours, write solar on it, and
With Sharpie.
yeah, with Sharpie. I bought a bunch of Sharpies recently, so if you want a Sharpie, just ask me for one. I'll give one to you. But like, please write solar on everything, because last semester we had a lot of trouble like losing stuff, and like we weren't very organized with like keeping track of our parts. We wouldn't always store them in the drawer. We wouldn't always store them in the cabinet. And you know, if you spend like a bunch of hours making something and then you lose it, it's like, you know, you waste a lot of time. So yeah, if you have leftover stock from after making a part, write solar extra on it so we know what's extra, what's not. And yeah, again, we have our drawer in our cabinet. I'll show you guys later if we get to go down to the shop, or maybe next week. But yeah, like please don't put anything anywhere else. And if it doesn't fit, if it's so big that it doesn't even fit in the cabinet, just like let me know, and also like write solar, especially big on it. And then in terms of shop safety, every time you go in the shop, you have to wear long pants. You can't have anything on your wrists, so no bracelets, no watches. If you have long hair, you gotta put it up. And you can't wear long sleeves. Or you, I don't know if they let you roll them up, but just like, I would just take your long sleeves off. And the reason for that is because you guys know how lathes work. A lathe is basically just like a rotating rod that's rotating really fast. And if you get too close to it, and like your hair or your sleeve or this gets sucked into it, you know, you're kind of gone. Like you might, bad things are gonna happen to you. I don't recommend Googling
Oh, the Russian blade?
blade disaster.
It's really bad.
What is this?
But yeah, people have had their scalps like
Show
torn
that
off the
to
head.
anyone.
And, like,
I never
everything
showed
sucked
it
into
to
it.
anyone.
So
That's yeah, have respect for how astoundingly dangerous these tools can be.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta show respect. You gotta respect its ability to mangle you beyond recognition.
Yeah, and obviously safety glasses, like, if you're not at the desk area in the shop, you have to be wearing safety glasses. Like if you're milling or lathing, like chips are gonna be coming up at you, they're gonna get all over you. You don't want them to get in your eyes or anything like that.
Also, another thing,
Yeah.
in the past, I've seen people with headphones in or like earbuds in. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm not gonna allow that, because it's just, it's dangerous. It's not, you know, I'm gonna buy a Bluetooth speaker, we can play music, we can, switch out who's on the
I didn't know they're lines, because we compare them to them.
But, well, in any case, it's not safe to, you know, not hear what's going on. You don't know if a machine's breaking, you don't know if someone's yelling for help, you know.
Yeah, so, yeah, just refer to this presentation or check the checklist if you wanna just like, kinda get an overview of everything that we gotta do. Also just, or you can just ask me. If you get hurt when you're doing machine shop stuff, please let us know. Even if it's like a small injury, like, we have to report it because we get in trouble if we don't. So, yeah, just be careful, please be careful. Get trained as soon as you can. I was looking at, so like for this machine shop training, you gotta do this online course first called the OH500. You guys can all start it right now. So I'll get it done like, honestly, today if you can. It's like,
After we do that.
you just, yeah, like, it takes like 15 minutes, 10 minutes to do. And like the quiz,
We're still
is like
lower
the
than
easiest
that.
quiz
It's-
ever.
It takes
It's
like
like,
an hour, I think.
yeah. But I was looking at it yesterday, and there's actually a lot of like stuff on it that like it was a good refresher for me. So for current members, I would actually recommend you guys to go look at. Oh, oops. Okay, so for current members, I would recommend you guys go through the OH500 course again. Just like look through the slides and like check out the videos, because it actually gives you a really good explanation on exactly all the tools that are available to you in the shop. Because like we really only deal with like the mills and the lathes and like the saws, but they have like other like hand tools and like grinders and stuff like that we can actually use, and sometimes we should use them actually. So yeah, y'all should, current members, you guys should check that out too. Yeah, I'll probably talk about this again next week, because I know you're probably not gonna remember everything, but you know, I'm just gonna, this is just the first exposure, so you guys have like, repetition, it's good. Timeline. This is a rough timeline I made of kind of how we want to get stuff done. So starting today, just like get trained, review stuff. I'll send the tutorial videos that I've made, so y'all should watch that. But yeah, we want to get everything done by Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving break is like from like the week of like the 20th to the 26th or whatever. I want us to get all our hard work done the week before Thanksgiving. But not Thanksgiving, you know, we can just chill and we just take a break, don't have to worry about it. And then the frame is gonna be like the last thing that gets built, because it's gonna take the longest time and stuff. So I want us to get the frame done by December 2nd, so that we can get that out of the way before finals. Why are you laughing, Philip?
I just thought it was-
Okay. And then, yeah, we want to get the car assembled in December, so, you know, that way we can test it next semester. Yeah, I know it's very ambitious. We have like 2 months to get everything done, but, you know, if you, like, I think it's possible. It depends on how quickly we can get our stock. Depends on our shop access, and most importantly, it depends on how dedicated you guys are to the team. So, yeah. Oh yeah.
Is this timeline in coordination with other systems or just purely dynamics?
This is just dynamics. Yeah.
It is in coordination with other systems though, because this lines up with what Sid wants for his team, which is he wants our car to be basically done come spring semester, and we want to be doing testing and validation all spring semester. I'm not exactly sure what role Dynamics will have in that. To be honest, I've never had a role like that where we had a completed product and sort of analyzing it afterward. So I will talk. I want to talk to Combustion Electric about sort of what they think I could do, or sort of if they have any guidance.
They're just on maintenance, it's the dynamics team for them. They're on maintenance in case any of the dynamics parts fail. So
that's it,
they make replacements, and they are there for like if any of the assembly goes bad on the actual car.
And so I knew for sure we're gonna make backup parts, especially
Right, Caleb?
they only have one race.
That's what the dynamics team does. That's what I heard from Ariana, for that they're just there like on standby in case any parts fail and they make replacements.
Well,
No.
during like second semester after the car is done.
But
Oh, they're busy in like assembly, manufacturing,
yeah,
like
But-
clothing space.
So what do they do when they're done manufacturing? Like, say the car's together. I guess
Testing, making extra parts.
it's cause they got finished right before comp,
Yeah.
so there was really
Yeah,
They do a
but,
lot of suspension tuning.
yeah.
yeah, I do want us to make extra parts as well, but the first priority right now is to just like, at least have enough of everything. Yeah, for like, I mean, I think, like, if you guys want, you can make, clavises and the rear tie rod mounts are good, like, extra parts to make if anyone wants to. Like, I made a clavis the other day with Jacob and CNC, but, yeah, let's focus on getting everything done.
I think belt cranks for sure.
Okay, yeah, we can do that, yeah. So, yeah, make the machine shop your second home. So like, we're gonna be spending a lot of time in the shop this semester, like pretty much all of our work days are just like, you know, focused on manufacturing, so, like I want you guys to get used to just being in the shop. The shop is open every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's when it's open to the public. We currently don't have after hours access, so we have to go in, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday during the day, to make stuff right now. I am trying to get, access from Danny, but it's probably gonna take a couple more weeks, just because he, in the past, it's mostly like, the relationship between LHR and the shop has been through Jonathan and from combustion, but you know, combustion's not manufacturing right now, and so I'm kind of taking over that, and yeah, I'm trying to just like, I need a little bit more time to like earn his trust to get the shop access, but before then, like, you know, we can only go in on the weekdays. Personally, I'm gonna be going into the shop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 to 10 a.m. at least. So I want everyone in here to at least try and go to the shop once during the week and spend a couple hours there.
You're not certified yet.
Even if you're not certified, honestly, just come like and like sit there. You can do work at the tables there. You know, you can treat it as a study spot. He doesn't mind.
But I thought he said he doesn't want people in there when they're not machining.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, if you're on LHR, like, I don't mind. Like I'll be like, you can come stay with me. I'll like teach you stuff. You know, like I don't mind. But yeah, like the first step to this is just get used to being in the shop. So yeah, like this is, you know, if you really want to if we really want to get this car done, we really have to just have a lot of urgency, and so yeah. Who remembers what the 3 important things for machining are? I talked about at the beginning. Prep.
Be an
Attention
idiot.
to detail. Attention to detail.
Be an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
About attention to detail and prep, here's a very recent anecdote to emphasize his points. So on Friday, we went in at 7:30 or 8 to make these wishbones. And so we pulled the wishbones out, we got them water jetted by one of our corporate partners, Hard Texas Ironworks. And so we had these wishbones, and you know, I was excited, I was ready to go, you know, finally some actual work. We were getting ready to drill holes in the spots where the rod ends go, and then cap them, and then install the rod ends. And so I'm ready to go. I'm like, here we go. You know, let's get started. And he says, wait. So did you check the measurements? I'm like, no, but they're good. Like I sent the Excel file. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, no. He's like, all right, then we should check. And in my head, I was like, all right, whatever, I guess. And so we checked them, and they are not right. They were wrong. So, moral 1, listen to Andrew. Moral 2, pay attention to detail.
Check your dimensions, and have all that stuff figured out before you go in the shop.
Double and triple check and write it down, right? Don't just say, okay, that's good. Write down dimension what it should be, dimension what it is, dimension what it should be, dimension what it is, which is exactly what he was doing, and match it up and make sure it's all good. Because it may seem like, you know, we're spending time on this when we could be machining, but the time you spend on that
is 1,000 times better than the time you will have to spend if it's ruined and you have to redo the whole part, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, messing up a part is bound to happen, right? We're college kids, we're not super used to the shop. This is a first experience for all of us. So if you mess something up, right, it sucks. It's not the end of the world. We just gotta, move past it and move forward and think about how to avoid that in the future. But, be very deliberate and take your time when you're getting ready so that, you do it once and you do it right. They say you measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, time is the scarcest resource, is our most valuable resource. And this is super, super important, especially in machining. And so, efficiency is one of the most important things here. So, yeah, think about time. Before we finish, one final thing I want to talk about is, I think for us to really, be a good team this semester, we have to build trust between you guys and the sub leads and the leads. And for us to trust each other, we have to be honest with each other, and we gotta be straight up with each other. And so I want you guys to all feel comfortable talking to us about anything. And if you guys have problems, or if there's something that's on your mind, please don't be afraid to bring it up to us. And if there's something that we're doing that you guys think could be improved, or if we're just doing something that you don't agree with, talk to me about it, talk to us, and don't be afraid to call me out, because we're all here to learn. And to learn, we gotta just try stuff and fail, and we shouldn't be afraid of failure, right? We should be out there taking risks, doing uncomfortable stuff. And I really want to promote that style of thinking. So yeah, I'm not gonna try and sugarcoat things. And so I'm gonna just be very honest with you guys. I'm gonna try and keep it real with you guys, and I hope you guys do the same with me. And I don't want you guys to view the sub leads or the leads as above you guys, right? I want us to all treat each other as equals. We're all we all know nothing in the grand scheme of things, right? We're all just students that have big dreams and don't know how to do it. So yeah, just whatever it takes to be comfortable talking to us, just let's do that. As I'm I'm the suspension lead, but to be honest, I don't really know that much about suspension. I've been on suspension for a year so far. I wasn't super involved in the design cycle. I got a lot more involved during manufacturing, and so I'm still trying to learn as much as I can about suspension. And I'm an idiot when it comes to suspension right now, but I'm trying my best to learn, and let's learn together. So yeah, and so let's I want everyone to really communicate just whatever's on your mind. And I guess another thing is that I really want people to be dedicated to the team. The reason that I'm on this team is not just because I want to build a car, but it's because I just want to learn how to become a better person, and I want to learn how to learn things better, and I want to use being on this team as an opportunity to practice dealing with conflict, and practice just failing at shit and learning it, and not being afraid of taking risks. And so I hope that you guys can really find your drive through this team. I hope you guys have a good why, and Yeah, like I don't want to like micromanage you guys. I don't want to like force you guys to do anything. So at the end of the day, like, you know, we all have our own styles of learning, and I know like everyone learns at a different pace. So I want you guys to like learn whatever way you're comfortable. And so I trust that you guys have the ability to like, you know, learn the stuff that you gotta learn. But you know, I want to see the dedication, and I want to see people be committed to the team. And so, you know, if I see that you're willing to learn stuff and you're very driven to learn, like, you know, I'll give you like, I will recognize that, and I will give you more opportunities to learn and get better, and I'll give you guys more responsibility. On the flip side, if you're not really showing up a lot, if you're not like if you're sitting around like waiting for people to tell you what to do, you know, then like I'm not gonna trust you as much. You know, I'm not gonna be able to assign you important tasks. And so I want to like make that very clear. Like I want you guys to really take initiative and be proactive, and I trust that you guys can do that. And I don't want the attitude on the team to be, oh, I'm just gonna sit around if I don't know what to do, or if I can't figure something out, I'm just gonna sit around and wait until someone tells me to do something. Right? If you're stuck or something, like please ask us. You know, try and figure things out on your own. But I really don't want to see people just like sitting or waiting around. And yeah, so you know, let's try and get better and work together well as a team. And let's get this damn car built. Yeah. Any questions? No? Cool.
That was a very rousing speech. Yeah. When he said it.